Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allenderry. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I am here to help you and everyone with Parkinson's establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out Home practice routine. Hopefully, all of you are working one-on-one with a Speak Out provider that is a speech language pathologist who has been trained in our Speak Out therapy. And then you're practicing with me online. Well, I told all of you that this past weekend I was going fishing, and hopefully you have found your fishing photos. I want to see that really big one that you caught, and you can upload that picture in our chat on our website. Now, if you didn't get your photo for today, don't worry about it. Don't go run looking for them. You can post them all week long. But let me show you some pictures. This first one, we had a great time fishing. This first one, this is my husband, Molson, and there he is. He caught a hybrid. And, wait for it. Here's a picture of me. There you go. There was no way I was touching that fish. Putting my hands in the fish's mouth. So the guide gave me that little contraption to be able to hold it, but it was a lot of fun. And then here is a picture of all of the fish that we caught. And one more picture. What do you think the last picture is of? Just guess and say it with intent. That's right. I made a fish dinner. It's the first time I ever cooked fish, and my husband said it was delicious. And so there is the fish with leeks. I had never roasted leeks before, but I wanted to try it, and it just turned out great. So what did you do this weekend with intent? Go ahead and chat and tell us what you did. And I guess you could guess that today's topic is gone fishing. Everybody say that with intent. Ready? Gone fishing. Say it with more intent. Ready? Like you're really excited about it. Ready? Gone fishing. That is it. Take a sip of water and we will get started with our speak out exercises. The first speak out exercise is called the warm-up. Lift your voice and project it forward all the way across your room. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. Don't let it trail off. Do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Let's do it again with more intent. May, me, my, mo, moo. You probably noticed that I took a breath in there. You don't have to think about the breathing. Please do not think about the breathing. Just focus on speaking out, and you will take the breath whenever you need to. Let's do one more. Connect them. May, me, my, mo, moo. Up and over, high energy. Let's take a sip of water with intent. Remember, when you use intent, you activate a part of the brain that is not as dependent on dopamine. Does anybody know how much dopamine is lost by the time somebody notices any symptoms of Parkinson's? Do you know that answer? 80% of the dopamine producing cells are gone by the time somebody has any symptoms of Parkinson's. So when you use intent, you're activating a part of the brain that is not as dependent on dopamine, and that is very important, and that's why intent will work for anything that you do. talking, swallowing, walking, fishing, anything that you do, you want to use intent. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 2. Deliberately open your mouth wide and speak out. Ready? Don't let it trail off. Let's do another one. Good. Let's do another one. For the ahs, we always say strength over length. Strength over length. I would much rather have a nice, strong 5-second ah than have you try to hold it out longer and it doesn't sound as good. It shouldn't be scratchy. It shouldn't hurt. You're not yelling. You're projecting your voice forward. Let's do a shorter ah with intent. One more. All right, let's take a sip of water with intent. It means we're thinking about it, we're being deliberate. I had to use a lot of intent while going fishing, especially reeling it in. And I mean, when I was reeling it in, I felt like the fish was like this big, and it came out about this big, but it felt like it should have been so much bigger. I did catch one catfish. So they were all hybrid, and then one catfish we got. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides. We're going to project a steady ah forward and slowly glide up. Try to get as many little notes in there as you can. If you need to listen to me first, that would be fine. Here we go. You have to be confident with these. You cannot be shy. Okay, don't be shy. Let's do it again. Good. All right, let's do it again. Stop. Good. All right. All those little notes. Let's do it again. Let's go ahead and get some water. We are working with intent. Speak out exercise number 4 is the counting. This re-coordinates your breathing pattern. We are going to lift, just like we did with the may, me, my, mo, moo. So when we went may, me, we're going to do 1, 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. High energy. Let's go backwards. Ready? 12, 11, 10. Speak out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not trailing off. We're not yelling. We're projecting our voice forward. We're speaking out. Let's do it again, but this time we will count from 1 to 6 and then stop, and then 7 to 12. Do not think about the breathing. Just think about speaking out. We're going to connect the numbers too. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you noticed that I took some breaths in there, and that's perfectly fine. We're not going to think about the breathing. We're just thinking about speaking out, and whenever we feel like we need to take a breath, then we do it. Go ahead and take another sip of water with intent. In honor of gone fishing, Lisa prepared a session for us. Ooh, look at that fish. That's not mine. That's not mine. All right. We're moving on to the 5th speak out exercise, which is the reading. For the reading, we are building strength and endurance. We're getting used to saying every syllable with intent. Now, when we do our reading online, we highlight a word, and for the highlighted word, I want you to stretch out the vowels, and that's forcing you to use more intent. So we're doing 2 things here. We're strengthening the muscles that we're using for speaking and swallowing. And then we're learning how to transition speech from an automatic function to an intentional act. And so when we stretch out those highlighted words, it forces you to think about it more, and you're having to use intent. We're going to read each sentence twice. I want you to lift every word and speak out. Here we go. The average fishing time is 17 days per year. Okay, every word with intent. Try it again. The average fishing time is 17 days per year. The next. There is deep sea fishing. Again. There is deep sea fishing. We're speaking out with every word. Next. There is also fresh and salt water fishing. Again. There is also fresh and salt water fishing. Next. Some popular game fish are trout and catfish. Again, some popular game fish are trout and catfish. Do you see how we are lifting? Just like with the may, me, my, moo, and the counting, we're lifting. So you would say trout and catfish. Say that with me. Trout and catfish. So you are going to do that every time you are talking to anybody. So when you're speaking to your spouse, you will say, "Hi, honey." You see, we're lifting and speaking out. Everybody say that together. "Hi, honey." Again. "Hi, honey." Or, "Honey, I'm home." Ready? "Honey, I'm home." Or when you're taking a walk in the evening and you see your neighbor, you say, "Hi there." Everybody say that. "Hi there." Again. "Hi there." So do you see how when we're practicing, we're doing the exercises, we're lifting, but we're getting you ready to do that and to speak out in conversation. It is so important. Okay, let's do the next sentence. Salmon is also a popular game fish. Again, Salmon is also a popular game fish. If you're going to eat fish, what kind is your favorite? Say it with intent. Let's take a sip of water. We're moving on to the 6th speak out exercise, which is the cognitive exercise. All right, so this is where we have to think about it. We have to organize our thoughts and then speak out. So let's go ahead, and I want you to describe this picture with intent. Are you lifting your voice and speaking out? Describe this picture with intent. Describe this picture. Describe the colors. Describe the picture, the length. How big do you think it is? Say every word with intent. Okay, let's go ahead and do Dr. Boone's words. These are not part of the Speak Out protocol. The Speak Out therapy has 6 different exercises, but this is one that was given to us by Dr. Daniel R. Boone, world-renowned speech-language pathologist and voice expert who in the late 1950s is the first one to recognize the benefits of intent for people with Parkinson's. He gave us these nonsense words to help us work on raising the back of the tongue. So these words have lots of G's, K's, and NG's in them. Those sounds force the back of the tongue to go up, and when you swallow, the back of the tongue goes up. Right now, go ahead and just give a dry swallow and pay attention to how the back of the tongue goes up. Go ahead and swallow. So that's what these exercises are for. We're going to say each nonsense word twice. We're going to lift and speak out. Ready? Gu la gang ga ga. Gu la gang ga ga. Next. Ku ka mangu ka. Ku ka mangu ka. Ready? Gangla, gangla. And the last one. Kukla, kukla. Really exaggerate. Take a sip of water and then we will do the bonus reading. Why is Florida the fishing capital of the world? Let's read this with intent. Ready? Florida remains the fishing capital of the world because of its great resources and responsible management. With a huge variety of fish, fishing waters, and fishing styles to choose from, along with year-round fishing weather, there is little doubt that Florida will remain the place to go fishing. You can help ensure a vibrant future with high-quality, sustainable, and safe fishing opportunities by being an ethical angler, mentoring a youth or friend, and keeping your license current. The bonus reading is a lot more challenging, but it is closer to real-life conversation. Don't you agree? You can download today's reading material, take what you learned in the session, practice, 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 and I will look forward to looking at your photos. I can't see the chat while I'm doing these sessions, so I will go on later today and look at all your photos, and you can post them all week long. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.